Welcome back to another video. My name is Gordon Frayne, and today we're diving in for the April monthly update for the Bitcoin spot ETF. We have had some interesting moves in the past month or so, as well as Hong Kong spot Bitcoin ETFs coming online just today, April 30th as well. So lots of stuff to dive into, lots of updates. As always, before we jump into the content, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button below. It would mean the world. Hit that subscribe button as well. We're on the road to our first 1,000 subscribers, and hit the bell notification icon so you can get updated when we drop the latest videos. We're dropping videos pretty much every day on the channel, so you're going to want to get notified so you can stay up to date with the rapidly evolving crypto landscape and hit your crypto goals. So, jumping into the Bitcoin spot ETF update, we have seen significant drop-offs with the amount of capital flowing into the spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US market over the past couple of weeks. In particular, we've even seen inflows halting to zero for BlackRock over the past couple of trading days. So lots of interesting stuff going on. We have a snapshot of the total numbers as of April 30th. Well, this would be for end of day, April 29th, 2024. So obviously we've seen BlackRock continue to be the leader in terms of the new spot ETFs. Grayscale continuing to see dumpage of their Bitcoin, remembering this number for Grayscale was above 600,000 Bitcoin held by the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust prior to the rest of the ETFs coming online. And again, Grayscale was acting in the capacity of a trust before the 9 new spot ETFs came online in January, but Grayscale transitioned to a Bitcoin spot ETF in January, and we've continued to see the bleed out of Grayscale going from above 600,000 Bitcoin held to now below 300,000. There is news that they might be dumping even more in the past 24 to 48 hours as well. So BlackRock, ultimately the leader of the new ETF pack, they will flip Grayscale in the coming weeks, especially as we see Grayscale continuing to sell off. And if we see BlackRock picking up their purchasing again, we will see them flipping Grayscale as the largest holder of Bitcoin in the coming weeks. Fidelity are in a second place with about 153,000. We've got ARK Invest and Bitwise still in that middle table range here with about 43,000 and 34,000 Bitcoin respectively. Then on the lower end, we've got VanEck, Valkyrie and Invesco and Franklin Templeton with about 5,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin each, and then Wisdom Tree and Hashdex at the very end of the table here. So just as we were mentioning, we have seen the flows continue to slow down in terms of capital inflow into the 9 new ETFs. However, we are sitting at about 534,700 Bitcoin purchased by the new ETFs since inception. So still a significant amount of Bitcoin. And as we will see in a moment, that is over 2.5% of the entire Bitcoin supply that has been purchased by the new ETFs in the first 76 trading days or so. So moving over to the flows, just to visualize this again, we can see that the net asset inflows has begun to taper off over the past few weeks. You know, we saw outflows in the first couple of weeks of April. We did see purchasing continuing here in the first week of April, a little bit in the second week of April, but as you can see, net flows to the negative side in the past couple of weeks, and we can see the total really beginning to smoothen off and even begin to dip slightly, with a couple of the ETFs selling a little bit of their Bitcoin funds as well. So it'll be interesting to monitor how this continues to play out over the next few weeks, but we would anticipate it picking up again in the aftermath of the halving. We do know that we typically begin to see Bitcoin prices rising to the upside in the 12 to 18 months after the halving event, which obviously took place just about a week and a half ago on April 20th, 2024. for. So other big news is that the Hong Kong ETFs began trading today. I think we saw a few million in inflows from the Hong Kong ETFs. It is a smaller market overall versus the US market, but it is another strong contender to help with inflow of capital into Bitcoin, and also an Ethereum spot ETF has been approved in Hong Kong as well. So we did begin to see inflows from the Hong Kong market for both Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs just today for the first trading day here on April 30th. I think it's too soon to draw any conclusions there, but we did see some inflows, and we will see that continue to ramp up over the coming weeks and months as more of the Asian market begins to seek exposure to the new investment instruments here for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So again, with the slowdown of the buying into the spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US market, we are seeing Hong Kong kicking off the new spot ETFs in Asia, and I think we're due to see London and the UK market kick into gear in the middle to end of May with their exchange traded notes for Bitcoin as well. So lots of positive, overarching sentiment here around Bitcoin ETF and similar style vehicles for investment and gaining more and more exposure for institutional investors over the coming months. I think we were always going to see a little bit of a slowdown in terms of net inflows here, but again, I think we'll begin to see this pick up in the next few weeks. So what we're looking at here is very quickly, again, just the same information that we were looking at in terms of the inflows from the new US ETF issuers over the past few months. And as we can see, they have accumulated a total of just under 535,000 Bitcoin. Dividing this by the 21 million total supply, we can see that they've already accumulated over 2.55% of the entire Bitcoin supply in just those first 76 trading days. And again, with the Bitcoin halving that occurred just 10 days ago, we now have a daily issuance of Bitcoin entering circulation of just 450 Bitcoin. So these ETFs were purchasing for the first 76 trading days when there was about 900 Bitcoin entering circulation every single day. But now that the halving has taken place, that number is cut in half, creating a supply shock event where we now only have 450 new Bitcoin entering circulation from miners every single day. And miners are not even selling all of those 450 Bitcoin that enter circulation every day. So again, I think the medium to long-term effects of this supply shock are yet to really play out in the market because of the fact that it is so fresh, and we're going to continue to see buying pressure probably increase again with those ETF issuers over the coming weeks. And when we only have half the amount of tokens entering circulation every single day, bringing it back to the simple supply and demand economics of the situation, we're probably in for a price squeeze upwards after the next few months. So roughly speaking, when we break down the 535,000 Bitcoin that has been purchased by the new spot Bitcoin ETF issuers, that gives us about 7,000 Bitcoin per day that they have been purchasing. So again, on average, over the course of about 76 trading days, these ETF issuers have purchased about 7,000 Bitcoin every single trading day. And as we can see, the amount of Bitcoin entering circulation has dropped from 900 to 450. So, they were going, that's about a factor of 8x versus the supply entering circulation prior to the halving. And now it's something closer to, about a 16x. Let's just divide this number by 450. Yeah, it's about a 15.6x. So the amount of Bitcoin that is being purchased on average by the ETF issuers over the first 76 trading days is 15 times more than is entering circulation now on a daily basis. So lots of interesting numbers floating around. Again, the main summary of the story here over the past few weeks is that we have seen a drop off in the appetite from the ETFs. However, we have seen Hong Kong come online just today. We will continue to see that pick up over the next few weeks, and we'll be able to give a better update on the state of the Hong Kong Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs by the middle to end of May. However, this slight drop off is likely to be temporary, and we will see it begin to pick up again in the next few weeks, I'm sure. So that is your spot Bitcoin ETF update for the month of April. Again, generally, we have seen an increase of about, last month when we did this, we had about 513,000 Bitcoin that had been accumulated by the 9 new ETF issuers in the US. If we subtract these numbers, they've accumulated about 21,000 Bitcoin in the past month. So in the month of April, we've gone from 513,000 to 535,000, an increase of about 21,000 Bitcoin in the space of April. So again, let's run these numbers at the end of May and see where we're at. But there is continued positive net inflows overall, even though it has been slowing down in the past couple of weeks. We will see what happens over the course of May and give you an update at the end of the month. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button below on your way out. Hit that subscribe button as well. We're on the road to our first 1,000 subscribers and we're getting extremely close. And hit that bell notification icon so you can get updated when these videos drop pretty much every single day on the channel, so you can stay updated and hit your crypto goals. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.